I don't see that there is going to be any cut in supply immediately. I mean, what we are seeing is that the oil price is falling because of a supply issue, and the supply keeps coming on more and more and more. And as we saw, Saudi Arabia, they didn't cut any supply, rather they cut the price to the US. So I see some more downside to oil, and probably then we see oil price bouncing back from that level, because suddenly there is a shortage of supply, or the supply is going offline. But I don't see that scenario immediately. To me, at this time, because of the strength of the dollar, there is still some downside in the oil, which is not bad if you look at the economy, because it is going to help the emerging market, it is going to help even Europe in many ways, and many consumer markets as well. So I see downside to oil, but I don't see a cut in the supply immediately. Not yet. I think there is still some more downside. I'm a happy buyer of gold when it is in 150 range, so 1050 range, rather 1050. I do see that there could be a bit more downside, given that from the weakness of yen and the falling oil prices, there could be far more import of deflation in Europe and in US as well. So that will not be very positive for the gold. But once it gets to a range of 1050, I will be probably happy to put some long positions on gold. Now this is purely about gold. Gold miners are a very different story, because gold miner stocks have fallen a lot, and it may be that they stop making capital investment and they start returning capital as dividend, and then you could see a bid in those stocks. But gold, I do still see some downside to gold. Yeah, I think Indian market, we've had a really good Indian market this year. The index is up almost 25-30%, which is good by any measure. Now, what I mentioned last time, I do stand by that. I think that the best is yet to come, and by that I mean not just in terms of the earnings expansion for the corporates, but also in terms of GDP growth. So what we are seeing from weak oil price is a big boost to the Indian market, given that India imports majority of its oil from abroad. So that's a big positive boost for the consumers, and it is being reflected in the inflation numbers that we are seeing. Inflation is falling much faster than what RBI was expecting, and that opens room for rate cut as well, which will again be a boost for corporates and businesses. So long as the reforms are on track, which we believe it is, from what the signs that we are getting from Mr. Modi and various other ministers, and supported by weaker oil, I mean, this sounds positive, and this should be a big positive for India next year.